So in this look, I'll be doing another bright look using the eyeshadow that I received from KK Center HK, or one of the eyeshadows. This is the number 16 Diamond Powder eyeshadow. This is the number that's on the back. So I'm also well aware that it's about to be fall, summer's about to be over with, and this is, you know, not appropriate for fall. Honestly, I don't really care about seasons. I'm gonna wear whatever colors I want, whatever season. That's a bunch of BS anyway. You know, you have to wear darker colors just because it's fall. I mean, obviously, I'm probably gonna wear it to work, but in my personal life, like outside of work, to school, you know, wherever else, I'm gonna wear whatever I want. If you don't like that, you can definitely swap it out for darker colors, darker versions of the colors that I'm currently wearing, if you like. So if this is the look that interests you, please stay tuned. So this is going to be one of the quickest videos I filmed in a while. I'm going to tell you some things that I use, and then some things I'm going to show and try to do voiceovers. If the voiceovers don't work, then I'm going to do captions. But kind of headed to class right now, and I need to hurry. So first I started off with Too Faced Shadow Insurance as my all over base. And then on top of that, I already did it on the bottom, I think, yeah. So I'm going to also smudge a little bit of the NYX Jumbo Pencil and Milk on my eyelid. Next I'm going to start off with my crease color. I'm going to use Makeup Forever's number 75. It's just a really bright pink. It looks like this. I'm going to take a crease brush. I'm using a 217 from MAC. This is a color from KK Center HK, and I'll have the link to where you can purchase this in the information box. But this is the Diamond eyeshadow number 16. There's an actual name for this, and I'll put a caption somewhere. And this is what the color looks like. It's just a really pretty green. A really pretty teal green. And I'm going to take that on a MAC 242 brush. A brush like this. And I'm just going to pack this all over my eyelid. Like that. Now what I'm going to do is take a matte lime green. This is Lime from MAC. I'm going to use a Sigma brush like this. Kind of similar to a 219 from MAC. For my lower lash line, I'm going to use that same lime green in the inner corner. And then I'm going to apply the darker, like a jade green on the outside. And I'm going to use a MAC 228 brush. Looks like this. Really nice smudger brush. For my tear duct area, I'm going to take Solar White from MAC. And for my brow highlight, I'm going to use Medium Plus Mineralized Skin Finish. Not quite satisfied with how the final outcome came out. I'm going to take an even darker green and kind of define my crease a little more. This is called Bottle Green from MAC. It's a pro shade. If you don't have this, you can take something similar. You can find some in your 120 palette, but it's just like a few shades darker than the other color that I used. I'm going to use a Sigma brush like this. I don't have the new numbering, so it's like a 219. I'm going to apply this on my outer V until I get a more defined crease. Go in with my eyeliner. I'm going to take black track fluid line for my upper lash line. And then from Water and Tight Line, I'm going to use Smolder Eye Kohl from MAC, which is just the black kohl liner. Mascara, Zoom Lash from MAC. I'm not sure if I'm going to wear lashes or not. I probably will. Yeah, I will. And I don't know which ones yet, so whenever I return, I'll tell you which ones I used. For lashes, I used the number 4 from MAC. This is the case that came in. Number 4. And then these are what the lashes look like. It just kind of give me a little bit of thickness, but not too much. This is what they look like from the side. Now I'm gonna move on to my face. For my face, I'm gonna use the same bright pink I used on my eyes as my contour. I'm not gonna apply it on the apples of my cheeks. I don't want to look like a clown, but this is what that looks like. It's the same color I used into my crease. I'm gonna use a 109 brush. I'm gonna apply this very lightly because one tap offers a lot of pigmentation. So also, I forgot to mention, I used an under eye concealer. I forgot to close my closet. But underneath my eyes, I used Studio Sculpt Concealer in NW35. And I really, really like that shade. It neutralizes and it highlights. So I think I might, well, I have a bunch of concealers, so I'm just not going to stick with that one. I'm not just going to stick with that one. I'm just going to alternate. But that's my favorite shade for my skin. And I'm in C45. I'm going to blend this a little more. I'm going to take what's left on that brush and kind of sweep on the apples of my cheeks, which is not that much color. For my cheek highlight, I'm going to use Honey Rose Magically Cool Liquid Powder. That looks like that. I'm going to take what's in the cap and use that same brush I used for my blush. Just make sure to as much of that color is off of there as possible. And I'm going to apply this as my highlight. I'm going to take a little bit of Medium Plus from MAC and kind of fade those two together. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take an actual blush to blend them together. I'm going to take Melba from MAC. Really, really neutral shade. And I'm just going to kind of apply this in between the highlight and the contour. You could definitely tone it down if this is too much, but it's not for me, so I'm going to leave it as is. For my lips, I'm going to go ahead and take my Prep and Prime Lip by MAC and just smudge this all around my lips. For my lip pencil, I'm going to use Spice by MAC. I need to sharpen it. It's just a nude pink. And then for my lipstick, I'm going to use Peach Stock from MAC. And this was re-promoted in the MAC Me Over collection. But it's also a permanent pro shade, I'm pretty sure. These are my eyes. And you can really see that highlight and contour and blush in there. And my neutral lips. Now normally I would have thrown on like a really, really bright pink. I really don't feel like doing it today. I don't know. It's too early in the morning. It's like 9 o'clock and I need to go. So please check out my blog where I have a list of all products used, along with pictures of the final look. I will talk to all of you soon. Thanks for watching. Please check out my blog where I have pictures, a list of all the products I use, and those kind of things. So I'll zoom in and show you the final look again. Ooh, that's not blended. Oh my gosh, that's not blended in. Let me fix that. I need to take a break to eat. I have like 30 minutes before I have to leave, which is pretty good. Be right back. And just because I'm not, whoa, that was kind of cool. I won't do it again. I'm gonna take my eyelid color. This is a color from HK or HH. Oh,